Hi, this is Mato. In this video I will show you a game between Sergey Karjakin and Veselin Topalov. This is the game from the World Championship Candidates Tournament, played in Moscow in 2016. Karjakin had white pieces and he started with e4. Topalov played c5, Sicilian defense. Knight to f3, d6, d4, c takes on d4, knight takes on d4, knight to f6, knight to c3, a6, Najdorf variation, white to move. Three most played moves are bishop to g5, bishop to e2, and bishop to e3. Perhaps against any of these, Topalov can play blindfolded. Karjakin played h3. Why? Is it to prevent bishop from coming to g4 or knight? No, he is intending g4, the pawn storm on the king side. e6, g4, knight from f to d7. This position was not seen before on such a high level. Isn't it interesting? At move 7, bishop to e3, bishop to e7. This is a very interesting moment of the game. You would expect now queen to d2 to be played. Karjakin played g5, offering the pawn for free. Is this really for free, or there is a trap? Topalov didn't take the pawn. He played b5. Is it a trap? Would you take the pawn? If bishop takes on g5, then knight takes on e6, pawn takes knight, check, g6, queen takes bishop, queen takes queen, bishop takes queen, and white is standing better. That is why Topalov played b5, the pawn storm on the queen side, a3, bishop to b7, h4, Topalov castle king side, queen to d2, knight to b6, h5, knight from 8 to d7, white to move. Perhaps castling queenside comes to mind. Do you agree? But there is a better move. What is a better move? g6, knight to e5. If f takes on g6, knight takes on e6. If h takes on g6, h takes on g6, there is again a problem on e6. So Topalov played knight to e5. Karjakin castled queenside. Knight from b to c4, attacking the queen. Bishop takes knight. Knight takes bishop, attacking the queen. Queen to e2, rook to c8. White to move. What is the best move for white? Karjakin again played the best move. h6. f takes on g6. Well, what if g takes on h6? Then g takes on f7? Rook takes, knight takes on e6. So we have f takes on g6, knight takes on e6, forking the queen and the rook. Queen to d7, knight takes rook, bishop takes knight, h takes on g7, bishop takes on g7. The dust has settled a little bit. And white is better materially. And what is the best way to continue? what would be the best plan for white? The best plan is to exchange white dark squared bishop for black dark squared bishop, and then black would have problems on dark squares. First move, a5, bishop takes bishop, queen takes bishop, queen to g4, rook to e8, queen to g5, intending queen takes pawn, defending the pawn, queen to h6, queen to h8. Well, if queen takes queen, rook takes queen, and white would win in the endgame. So we have queen to h8, not exchanging material. This is another interesting position. b3, offering the pawn for free, but the knight would be in the offside. Would you take the pawn? What else? Maybe bishop takes on e4. Well, Topalov captured the pawn. Rook to h3, defending the knight on c3 and making the room for the other rook to come to h1. Bishop to d7, attacking the rook, rook to g3, queen to f6, rook to h1, threatening queen takes pawn, defending the pawn on h7, queen to h4, offering to exchange queens again, queen to g7, knight to d5, attacking the rook, rook to f7. How would you continue now if you had white pieces? Karjakin played the queen to d8, the best move. How to defend, with the queen or with the rook? Topalov defended with the queen. If rook to f8, knight to e7 check, and after king to h8, knight takes on g6 check. And if king goes to f7, then queen takes bishop. So we have queen to f8. Queen takes pawn on a5. Black knight can't escape. Knight takes on c2. A desperado move. White move. What would you do? White played a move when black resigned. Please pause the video and try to guess the move that Karjakin played. The move is queen to c3. What is the threat? Let's play a random move. b4. Then rook takes on g6 check. H takes on g6, queen to h8. So that means that Topalov would have to play a move that he doesn't like to play, and that is queen to g7. And after queens are exchanged, white is easily winning in the endgame. What do you think of this game? And what do you think of this lovely opening that Karjakin played? Is this something perhaps you can play in your own games? And that is all. I hope that you enjoyed watching this video. I wish you good luck with your chess, and bye for now.